May I present to you the Nerdery's Top 10 Marvel Legends of 2021. And by top 10, I really meant top 12. After unboxing the Fantastic Four wave, I had to include two of them. Coming in hot at number 12 is Psycho Man. From the moment I liberated this figure from the retro card, I was absolutely smitten. It is such a unique figure, and it pays homage to the Jack Kirby design. I really do appreciate the contrast of the white astronaut suit with the glorious metallic green arm, chest plate, and piping that goes through his legs. I also really appreciate the pinless tech we get on the arm, as well as the leg. Psycho Man also comes with one of the most unique and cool accessories available, this little feelings beeper, man. He can press this beeper and induce these intense feelings in whomever he wants. Now, he does hold it kind of awkward, not as well as he looks on the packaging, but once you get it in place, he looks really cool with it.
Holding his feelings beeper.
Number 11 is the Red Skull. Dude, first thing you notice out of the box is this face only a mother can love. He does come with two separate faces and his lipstick is smudged, but the sculpt overall is so cool and maniacal, and when you turn his head, doesn't it look like his eyes are moving with you, looking at you? Really appreciate the head tilt you get with him as well. Makes him look even more maniacal. I really do appreciate the thicker villain body we get here with the cut and twist. Also love the pinless technology here on the arm as well as the legs. Let us all bathe in the glory of the cosmic cube, and thankfully his hand was molded to hold it perfectly in place. I love having him in the display, just staring at it, kind of holding it up to the sky like that. Also comes with this really cool detailed machine gun that has the Hydra symbol on the inside of it. So I do like to have this gun posed up to the sky this way so you can see the symbol. Yes, many a man have gazed into you for your power, but only I, the Red Skull, can wield you in full glory. Number 10 is the Sandman on Spidey Retro card. Major bonus points for coming on that Spidey Retro card, and major bonus points for all these accessories. He comes with this epic wrecking ball hand and then huge, massive fist. On top of that, he comes with this epic second head sculpt where you could see right through it, or you could take a Spidey hero and pose him punching right through the back of his head, and then the back of his head explodes with a fist made of sand. He does come on the really nice villain torso that's a little bit thicker with the cut and swivel. I think the wider base helps him to stand with these heavier accessories. From the light green, dark green striped shirt to the brown pants, this is one epic retro comic figure. Number 9 is the first double up in the top 10, but it won't be our last. Hasbro loves their reuse, and in 2021, they delivered several figures like these Human Torches, and they were actually most welcome. I'm really appreciative to have the classic Fantastic Four look, and then this classic Flame On look, man. One of the things that's most impressive about this body are the dark red and black stripes running through it. It looks just like the old classic comics like Dormammu or Human Torch. And even though this body is a complete reuse, I love having Johnny just about to flame on, where they're just bubbling up, and then fully flamed on Human Torch. Only keep one though, it would definitely be the Hasbro Pulse exclusive one. I cannot get over how amazing the classic comic blue and white Fantastic Four looks with these epic flame effects, man. The red and orange in contrast with the 3D flame effects bubbling up just takes this figure to a whole other level. And what makes it even cooler is that it's totally removable. So if you didn't want to pose him flaming on, you don't have to. But my gosh, man, why wouldn't you? And then Hasbro did something so incredible, I'm still in shock over it. They put these epic flame effects on the hands. That's right, they are on the hands so they don't just fall off or sit oddly. And it looks incredible in contrast to the white glove. Now I also want to give props to the fully flamed on figure because that has even more detail up the forearm. And you can definitely see the two-tone red in contrast, but it's just hard to compete with the white glove. Well done, Hasbro. Thank you for making the effect part of the figure. But what absolutely takes this to another level, hey Vern, is taking that clear translucent red head and then putting it on the classic Fantastic Four body. Oh my God, isn't that epic? Flame on! Number 8 is the Infinity Saga Thanos. I already have this baff with completely immovable left elbow, however, I couldn't pass up the 2-pack because of the myriad of accessories. Thanos comes with 4 head sculpts. Dude, that's a dream for toy photography, or if you just want to change up your DTOF every now and then. This right here is by far my favorite head sculpt. If you move it to the side, you could see post Iron Man snap and him dusting away with exceptional detail. I really love how you can just see a little bit on the right side of his face. He's really starting to fade on his left. I love that his armor is battle damaged and starting to get dusted. The gold has this really nice shimmer to it, and it goes great in contrast with the gray. And then they did upgrade his loincloth, and then really solid base with these boots. He actually is a pleasure to stand and pose. He's well balanced and very stockily built. Also comes with his epic dual-bladed sword. What a beautiful, beautiful piece, man. And when you have a figure that's as big and intimidating as Thanos, you really want to have an epic sword like this. Unfortunately, this elbow is completely immovable, so maybe over time the toy gods will be kind to me and let me bend it a little. The clear winner in reason number 2, in addition to the dusted head, why Thanos is in the top 10, is his snap glove with no Infinity Stones. That is such a cool touch, man. He thinks he's won again. He goes to snap and nothing happens. And then he looks at his hand and all the stones are gone. Coming in at number 7 is the Ironmonger. This is a hefty, hefty big boy. Man, that does like to pop out. But I was really impressed with the scale of this figure. Check him out next to his 2-pack mate, Obadiah Stane, with a nice attempt at an evil dude head sculpt. I really like having them like this together. I think that's a really cool image. But I really do want you to note the scale here. Evil Dude's head comes right up to the arc reactor. How cool is that? One of the accessories I really do enjoy about this figure is this blast coming out with the smoke effect, and then you have the emptied machine gun rounds pouring out the side. Also have an additional rocket launcher that you can put on the side here, and I really do appreciate the detail on his left arm. Check out how it pistons here, right at the shoulder. And then you have another piece of pistoning articulation up top here. So as you move the shoulder, these pieces move with it. This big beefy Ironmonger is a pleasure to stand and pose. Has huge bases for feet, and you can really get him however you want him. I haven't had any issue with posing him and keeping him up. Epic figure, must own. Surtur was love at first sight. He looks like creme brulee on a translucent red action figure. I love shining these different lights through him, and it is so much fun to take photos experimenting with him. I mean, just check out how it picks up that red, and then when I pull it away, you can see the yellow light shining from above. Marvel Legends action figure stands 13 inches tall. Here he is in scale next to Infinity Saga Thor. Even though it's a massive figure in stature, it poses and articulates really well. Pinless at both the elbows and the knees. And check that out. You get a full range of motion with the figure, can even touch his face. It's so impressive what they've done here, especially when you look at the ankles. Check out the full rocker back and forth for articulation. I cannot get enough of that caramelized, like creme brulee effect they have on it. The other thing that's really cool that I want to show you guys here is similar to some of the Spidey figures. You get an ab crunch and then a full torso swivel. So I like that you can lean him forward and swivel him out, and that'll come into play when I show you his sword. But first, check out this epic face sculpt. You have glowing yellow eyes. You can see his mouth open. The crown is just crusted on his head. He gets great articulation, man. Awesome head tilt for a big figure. Looks back and down. Only thing I have on my wish list for Surtur was an additional crown accessory for Thor to carry with him. Little details like these flames just take a figure like this to another level. Check out how they're like just bubbling up off of him. And it looks so cool in toy photography and under different lights. What an epic figure. And as cool as Surtur is, it's arguable that his sword, Elderstall, is even cooler, man. Oh, dude, it's like flowing lava that's hardened. And I love that it has like a dark red burgundy, and then it lightens up on top. And then check out the hilt, dude. Woo. Dude, this sword is larger than Thor. Kicking off the top 5 is Zombie Cap. He was an instant top 10 figure out of the box for me. First thing I want to do is appreciate this bloodied up shield. You can see that it's just kind of like dingy and weathered, and then you have blood marks all over it. One of the other fun things you can do with this shield is use it with the accessoryless John Walker. Really appreciate that it has the straps in the back instead of that little peg that they used to have. Gives you a variety of ways for Cap or Zombie Cap to hold on to it. Dude, this cap will haunt your dreams. Look at those white, dead eyes, dirty mask. I love how the A is just kind of scrubbed out. And just check out all the gnarly details on the face. I love that like grayish blue skin. Pinless tech. I like how you can still see a little bit of his outfit. The rest is stripped away. This whole right arm is stripped away. And then it's just like dirty and gross all over him. He stands and articulates really well because it gives you the aesthetics of the pinless tech, but also poses and stands so well. And check this out, man. You can see right through his leg. Look at that, man. You can see the bone in there. How epic is that? The number 4 Marvel Legend of 2021.
Lawrence, what would you do if you had $1 million?
I'll tell you what I'd do, man.
I'd own 2 slightly different Peggy Carter action figures at the same time, man.
That's it?
If you had $1 million, you'd own 2 slightly different Peggy Carter action figures at the same time?
Damn straight. I always wanted to do that, man.
We now have back-to-back What If figures in the top 5. I'm a huge Peggy Carter fan after the movies and Agent Carter. So it has the same exact body mold, just a different paint job, same exact face. Both of these suits are fantastic, man. So this is that classic Union Jack, blue, white, and red look. Matches the shield beautifully, and the suit is a bolder color of blue. So the stealth suit has the same exact sculpt on it, has like a darker midnight blue, and that silver is just incredible, man. It has a little bit of sheen, and I love the way it looks in contrast to the dark blue. Belts look the same, boots just have different paint on them. One thing on the wish list, if they ever do figures like this again, is just to remove this cuff. I know it looks good aesthetically, but it does limit the rock with the ankle. I really do appreciate the double jointed pinless tech on this figure. Looks awesome aesthetically and yields great poses, minus the hindrance with the ankle. This might be the best What If face sculpt. It really does pay homage to Haley Atwell's Captain Carter, but I think captures the aesthetic of the What If series. Man, I really appreciate the cool touch to her hair. It looks fantastic on her. And I love the way this curls up there. It's very reminiscent of that era. Had to pick one, it would be Stealth Peggy. Both suits are fantastic, but this one's just slightly cooler to me. Miles Morales times 2. I'm totally double dipping here again with these Gamerverse and hologram Miles. It's the same exact mold, so I think it's totally fair. I think Hasbro has hit these translucent figures out of the park this year. I really appreciate getting to see the Spider-Man logo etched in, as well as other detail throughout the suit. And check it out, pinless technology at the elbow and knee. One of the best accessories of 2021 are Miles' lightning like electric hands. They're actual hands, not effects. The hand itself is yellow, and then the lightning effect is coming off of it. And it looks so cool on his hologram suit in contrast to the all blue. The other Gamerverse Miles comes with 2 head options, the mask just like you saw in the hologram one, or this outstanding face sculpt. Really appreciate the articulation with it, all the way up, down, and back. But the head sculpt itself is really well done, man. There's definitely no other option but to pose it with this. Also appreciate the butterfly shoulder joints on the body and the outstanding posability that this figure has. And I love the lightning hands in contrast to the black and red suit. Another thing that's fun to do with these figures is a head swap. I love the way Miles' head looks on the hologram body. Kind of like how he doesn't realize how his power isn't fully working. It looks so cool in conjunction with the yellow hands too. Runner-up for 2021 at number 2 is another tie between What If Doctor Strange and Spidey No Way Home Doctor Strange. With 147 Marvel Legends in 2021, I felt it was fair to tie these figures. They're both just too good to leave off the list. I mean, the first and easiest difference to look at are the head sculpts. The What If Doctor Strange is outstanding. I really appreciate the gaunt cheeks and chin. You could just kind of see how he looks like almost sick and emaciated. Hair is awesome on it too. It's actually a really impressive photoreal head sculpt. One of the other things I love about this figure is the Eye of Agamotto. And the cord it's on is stiff enough where you can pose it in different places. and the cloak of levitation looks fantastic in contrast to his blue robes and brown belt. I do appreciate the aesthetic of the hard rubber here, however, it makes him super hard to pose. And he does come with the older style pin knees, but it rotates at the calf, and you do get pretty good movement on the ankle. What if Doctor Strange has the same legs? However, even though this is hard rubber, it is designed differently. It comes down shorter and is more open, so it does give him a little bit more mobility when posing. Man, I love that Dark Strange logo on his chest. It looks incredible. So you do have a little bit of difference in the belt as well. And then his cape is incredible, man. It just looks dark and evil and twisted, just how he becomes. And check him out from the back. I do appreciate the aesthetic of the pinless tech at the elbows, and Hasbro has been listening to us. I love that his effect is not something that you place on the arm, but it's actually part of the hand, so it stays on. And check out how beautiful and intricately carved that effect is, man. And I just really love that it stays on his hand no matter what. MCU Doctor Strange comes with two effects that are orange and have a different intricate sculpt on them. He looks amazing having two different effects like that. And again, man, I really appreciate that they are part of his hand and not something that falls off.
By the hoary host of Hoggaroth!
The number one figure of 2021, which I just opened this week, is Dude Thor from the Infinity Saga wave. Holy shnikes, man. There's so many great things to show you here. Let's just start at the head and we'll work our way down. All right, let's start out with this epic face and beard sculpt. Man, look at all the intricate detail into the beard, down to the little ponytail on it and the tip coming off of it. The hair is all just like ratted and in braids, just how he was in the movie. Oh man, I'm so glad we got this figure of Dude Thor. Then his eyes are just white and glowing, and he has that like just angry, stoic look on his face. The cape is rubber. It hangs off of him really well and does not hinder movement on the shoulders. Check this out. I really appreciate that because that's going to allow us to get him into really good poses with both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker here. Not only does Dude Thor have some epic mesh shiny armor on his arms, but he has pinless technology and it goes all the way back to where he can touch his glorious beard. And check out all the detail in his pants. Wow, man, there's just so much love put into this figure, and even on the boot as well. Really appreciate the pinless technology here and the aesthetic of it. And they also gave us outstanding ankle movement to make sure this Thor is a very poseable figure. In addition to all the other glorious features, you have this full-on Dude Thor belly here. I appreciate the two-tone color of matte versus shiny black on his armor with a little bit of piping of gold running through it. He rotates up at the chest, but it's in a wide 360-degree manner. When you pull him back, man, he just looks incredible. But wait, there's more! Arguably, two of the coolest accessories I've seen in 2021 are translucent Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. It just takes these figures to another level having a translucent version of them. You could just see the lightning flowing through each of them, and it adds such a cool layer to toy photos or when you're putting them in their detail. In addition to the translucent Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, you have these blue translucent lightning effects. And they look incredible added onto each weapon. They are really tricky to get on properly and have stay on, but once you negotiate it and you have them on here, it transcends Mjolnir and Stormbreaker to a most godly level. I believe the toy gods are most pleased with this offer. Thank you so much for watching the Nerdery's top 12 Marvel Legends action figures of 2021. Out of 147 figures, it was not easy to narrow it down to just these 12. It was a great year for Legends overall, and I really appreciate all the new figures I've got to add to my collection. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite figures of 2021 are, and which ones you're looking forward to most in 2022. I wish everyone a happy new year, full of health and prosperity. Thank you so much for watching the Nerdery. I really appreciate all of you. Happy New Year!